This is TWiT.
Apple has announced that the HomePod is gone. This is kind of, okay, I was skeptical 5 years ago when they announced the big $400 HomePod. And Matthew Panzarino, they take him into, we've got 50 anechoic chambers we built just to design this thing. We brought the best sound engineers in the world. This is the best speaker you can get for this size. They sold it like crazy. And just like I remember Steve Jobs coming on stage. Remember they sold the iPod Hi-Fi thing? And Steve Jobs said, I'm getting rid of all my high-end audio equipment. This sounds so good. They canceled that within a year, by the way. I hope Steve Jobs got his stereo back. I don't know. People liked the sound. To me, it wasn't even as good as the Google Home Max, which sold for about the same price. Now Apple's done so well with the mini version of this, the $100 version of this, they're just discontinuing it. Should we mourn the end of the HomePod? No. Did you review this at all, Nicholas, for CU?
I did not, but we did, and I think our assessment was similar to yours, where we thought the Google Home Max sounded better.
I remember that. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I personally bought the Mini for my father. He seems to like it. You know, he's a big Apple guy. He's got an iPad. He's got Apple Music. He loves his Siri. He's always asking, funny.
Oh yeah, if you like Siri, it's
stuff.
Nice to have Siri in the house.
He seems to like it. I know these little speakers. I personally own the Sonos One. I think it sounds fine. I guess I'm not the most critical listener. It's funny. I saw a joke on Twitter a couple weeks ago that sound quality actually peaked in the '80s with the CD, and now we're listening to compressed
we
Spotify
don't care
streams.
anymore. It's true.
Right. People don't care.
We don't care. And for most people who grew up listening to those little white headphones coming out of the iPod to highly compressed, lossy music, the minis probably sound just as good as the HomePods. They
one
don't.
Reason I don't mourn the loss of the HomePod is that I have a little Echo, Dot or something, which I bought for practically
$50
nothing.
or $30. Yeah.
Hooked up to a very nice speaker system.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got ways to hook them up to nice speakers, so you don't have to buy a high-end smart speaker. You can buy a dumb one and hook it up to whatever you want to.
I feel like Apple's hype machine overhyped the HomePod. They would have saved themselves a lot of time and trouble if they only built half as many anechoic chambers and they didn't sell a $350 speaker, because people are happy with a $100 speaker. I have 5 minis. I have 2 HomePods. I'm an idiot. I also have a lot of Sonos gear, including that Sonos One. I would say that the Google Home Max, which I also have, that big speaker, they discontinued as well. I think nobody's buying $400 or $300 speakers is the real problem.
Yeah. This is the little thing you can buy from Amazon. It's a
look at that puck.
It doesn't have a speaker in it at all. They're like $20 or something.
Yeah, it gives you echo, all the echo capabilities.
But this is what I have hooked up to a fairly good speaker system.
Yeah,
and it sounds great.
Yeah, no, that's all you need. And if you want good speakers, you buy good powered speakers, or even, I got good old-fashioned stereo speakers and hooked them up to an amplifier, and then I can hook all that stuff up into that. So yeah. There's
also some really good sound bars too. So I think that the death of this thing might be, there's a lot of CNET reviews a lot of these and has some good lists as well as reviews of some of them. Sonos has some great ones. Sonos has some really nice sound bars. If you want to do high-end audio, like this, you're better off just getting a sound bar, connecting it to your TV, and then you can also use it for this kind of high-end audio too, right? So this was it's a product without a market, or the market has gotten squeezed out because you're either going low end for $100 or less with a little puck, or if you're going to go with really better quality, higher end audio, you're probably just going to go with a sound bar. And there are great ones out there for great prices too.
Yeah, the Vizio soundbar starts at under $100.
Yep.
I like the little Apple AirPod Minis because I'm like your dad, Nicholas. I like Siri. Hello, Siri. No, I actually use it to AirPlay too. And to me, if you have iOS devices, AirPlay 2 is great. And having an AirPlay 2 device you can play to is very nice. But you don't need I guess they dropped the price to $250. I think Apple misunderstood the market. If you're a high-end audiophile, You're not going to buy a $300 speaker. And if you're not a high-end audiophile, you're not going to buy a $300 speaker.
Right.
So who's going to buy this thing? Nobody.
Yeah.